Greetings and welcome back to Pokemon Showdown. This is going to be a little bit more with that NU team from yesterday, or at least most of it. I decided that I'd switch out Heatmore because it was really more trouble than it was worth, and it hadn't done anything near pulling its weight. So instead I have this weird cobbled together Persian, just an expert belt technician Persian with knockoff Icy Wind, Return, and Thunderbolt for some form of Bolt Beam sort of thing. I don't even know how it'll work. My thought is, with using Icy Wind as opposed to Hidden Power Ice or something, because this has a 100% chance to lower foe's speed, and maybe it could be used to help support Blossom to slow foes down, because Blossom has some crap speed. I went and I kind of tweaked some of the EVs, not too much. I think mainly Blossom and Lumineon just a little bit. Persian is about as balanced as I can get it in its offensives, and then some speed with what's left over. I have no clue how it'll fit in, but I hope that it'll do somewhat decently. But yeah, with all of that said, let's see if we can't find a battle. Wow. I'm not even sure what to say about this one. They have an Altaria. I don't know what that Altaria is going to do. It can do a few things, and I'm never certain which it's going to do till they do it. Rotom Fan. It could be Trick, it could be Rest Talk. Sandslash for spinning and setting hazards, and also doing a lot of damage when it can. Burret, I'm not sure. I suppose you can band it or something? Leafeon can take some hits and can dish them out pretty well. And then Jinx does what a Jinx does. And by that I mean it does a shit ton of special damage to anything, and it's also fairly fast. So, with that said, we're going to lead with kinda wanna lead with Persian just to see. There's the Sandslash. And let's see. Knockoff could work, but they think that I'm probably just going to fake out, if I had to guess. A lot of their team is fairly weak to ice though, but I'm not sure I want to show that off yet, so I'm just gonna knock off and see what it does. Answer, nothing. That's okay, because now we know some good things about the Sandslash. Like the fact that it's almost dead now. This was the thing that we learned. Here comes Jinx. Now it's slower. Jinx is base 95. They're often choice scarved. Persian is base 115? Yes, 115. But we're not max speed. I'm just gonna go for it and see. Ah, yes! Excellent. Oh, and it was life orbed. If that was scarfed, it probably would have outsped me. But it was probably not... Well, it could have been max speed. I don't know. We'll never know, really. Here comes Rotom Fan. And And let's see, what do you want to do? I don't know what you want to do. I guess we'll just Icy Wind? Okay, it's faster. That's 86, that's probably Scarfed. That is probably Scarfed. And thus I'm not really worried about anything that you have to do to me. Leafeon. I kinda thought so. Because I can pull a Leaf Blade on me. That will do a fair amount of damage. Too bad Sliggoo isn't Sap Sipper. That'd be a neat thing to just be able to switch into and go, ah, no. But, Sliggoo is possibly one of my better things. Except for the fact that Steelix has some massive defense, so we go for an Iron Head, I guess. There's a Leaf Blade, that doesn't do much. I don't think that'll help you very much, sir. Unless you're planning on healing something with it. Make your choice, guy. You're not gonna live very much longer with this Leafeon. Granted, it's not consistent that I take out 50% of your health, but it's pretty dang close. If you have Protect, then you can probably stick around for 2 more turns. But I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to pass it out into Sandslash, perhaps? Or maybe Altaria? Oh! I'm not certain that was wise, actually. Ice Beam, that's gonna do a lot. But it's not gonna kill me. And there's that Rock Slide. This Steelix is just carrying my team. It's so good. I don't know why I never really used it before. It is just carrying my team on its back. Just not giving a solitary fuck about shit. What's that? That's a special move that we have no investment in? You know, on base 65 special defense? Not a problem. Not a problem. Sandslash outspeeds us. I want to keep Steelix around, really. What's Sandslash gonna do? Earthquake, probably. Blossom. It's your turn. Yep. And now, let's see. They probably don't want to stay in. If I had to guess. So, if they switch, either I Sleep Powder something, or I Swords Dance on the switch. I want to just go for the Swords Dance? No, I go for the Sleep Powder because I'm going to be slower than anything they bring out. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me set up on you. That's not good. That's in fact bad. And Steelix isn't really in a place where it can take these hits incredibly well. Sliggoo could. I'm just gonna go for it and see. Okay, that's fine. That's actually okay. I'm somewhat okay with that, actually. Let's see. Sliggoo can take any special hits. I think I'm gonna switch in Miss Mages here. And we will sub first and see whether they can break it. Also sub first in case they want to try to burn me, because I'm not having that. Sand Slash? Why? Why are you bringing in Sand Slash? Like, for fodder? I'm just gonna set up. Unless you expected that first turn Wake. That's incredibly silly. Oh, I suppose they wanted to switch up moves, but it's a bit too late for that. Oh, they actually have the ghost move on it. I'm pleasantly surprised, actually. Huh. Okay. Burret has Frisk. Those are some kind of mediocre stats. Its speed isn't really high enough. Its special defense isn't particularly great. Dazzling Gleam. Knockoff. Ah, yes. It's a thing. And it happened. However... You're 90, I think we're... You know, I probably should have checked this earlier. We're 91. We're not max, though. It shouldn't matter especially, however. Okay, you do outspeed us. But you're gone now. I wonder if they were Choice Scarfed and Knockoff. Or, I guess probably Banded, actually, considering their attack stat. Max Speed Band, perhaps. Let's see. They're probably going to bring out Leafeon at this point. And I don't really have anything for Leafeon, actually. Except to beat it down with everything else. Like this. And then go into... Sliggoo. And go for Muddy Water. Oh, they wake up for the Earthquake, but that's not enough. Yes! Good. Good, good. GG. That was pretty good, actually. I think Persian is definitely found a place in the team. I think it's working out. Blossom could probably work... would probably work better in a team made of slower things, or on a Sticky Web team, perhaps. Because its speed is not helping at all. Steelix doesn't care about its speed because it has the bulk and stuff to work for it. Let's see, this team. The physical threats are real. They have the Steelix, they have a Machoke, got an Ursaring, and a... Ugh. And they have a Masharna. So, we definitely want to keep Persian around to mess with Masharna, and Mismagius. But I'd say Persian, actually, because physical hits. Pyro, I think, are generally special, like specs. They'll probably lead with their Steelix. So we will Is it too early for Blossom? Fuck it. We're gonna go for it and see. There we go. No hazards on my side. Swords dance while they switch. Or stay in, depending. They're staying in. Okay. Go for Leaf Blade then. I wake up, and there's the rocks. They're not worried at all. They're not worried at all about it. Despite the fact that I did almost 50%. Ah, they're roaring me out. Into Miss Magius. This is not a terrible thing to have here. In fact... Is it something I'm willing to Shadow Ball on? No. In fact, I'm better at... It's better if I Dazzling Gleam here, because they have 3 very good switch-ins to a Shadow Ball. 2 of them are normal type. Okay. Cool. That did a lot, but we can still sub. I thought for sure they were gonna switch. Huh. Now they go into that, and this does nothing. That's fine. That's actually perfectly fine. Because we can go out into Sliggoo and not care about whatever attack. Meh. 23%. You think I care? I don't care. Do you think I give a fuck about that? Not one solitary fuck. That's not great. Come on. Can we do this one again? Where's our defense at? Decent. That's where our defense is. It's decent. That was a crit. That did 40%. I think we can possibly survive one more hit, but it's a little late to pull Rain Dance Rest, at least while this guy's around. So we go out into Steelix now. And hazards will not really hurt their team very much. The only thing it'll hurt is Pyroar. Well, the only thing it'll especially hurt is Pyroar, but they don't have anything to get rid of them. So, yeah, I'll probably just go for it. %. Faster than me. We don't live it. It's faster. I think I go into Miss Magius here. Ah, you predicted it. Good job, sir. Good job. However, now I only have to take the one hit. You know, or just stall for a turn. Because you're gonna die at the end of this turn. If I survive this, then I have a sword stance up. You can't switch back in, you have to stay in and try to hit me. Blossom isn't going to do much to the rest of your team. So I have nothing to stop me on this. Okay. Now, unfortunately, that's most of my team very much weakened just at taking out that. That is... yeesh. And they turn on their timer. Yeah, go fuck yourself, guy. I don't know what they want to switch into at this point. Persian has to stay around for Masharna. Lumineon I definitely want to keep around for some of that stuff. Sliggoo, I'd love to get it up. I'd love to get, the Rain Dance Rest combo going. But I'm not sure how well it'll survive. It doesn't have the greatest physical defense, so I think we go into Steelix here. Okay. This is not a good matchup. At all, in fact. However, I don't really have pretty much anything for the rest of their team. That Ursaring wrecks house. They're gonna outspeed me. They're probably going to do something along the lines of a dynamic punch, which is going to do massive damage. So I guess Sliggoo, perhaps? Maybe it'll survive it? No, I don't think so. Oh well. Let's see. Doesn't show what item they're at, so I don't have a way of knowing. And I don't have anything else for it. I guess I can come in with Persian and hope. I probably have no guard. I guess there's really not much more I can do about this, really. I'm not particularly prepared for this team. Or Ursarings in general. I don't have anything for an Ursaring, really. Maybe if I had found a way to slow it more. That does nothing. Oh, it's probably Eviolite. Duh. And like that, this is pretty much over. There is pretty much not much point here. We can outspeed it with Lumineon, but we can't do very much to it. It's pretty much game at this point. Because it will outspeed Steelix. Steelix can't survive a hit from it, I know. Lumineon probably can't survive much of a hit from it either. Well, it can. I'm surprised that it can. But we can't take it out next turn. This isn't a thing that we can do. So, I guess perhaps we could have earlier, sacrificed Lumineon to get the rain up, and then brought in Sliggoo. Maybe if it were at higher health, I could have pulled that off, and gotten a rest off. But, it's pretty much over. There's nothing more I can do. It's just gonna dynamic punch to the rest of my team. And by the rest of my team, I mean just Steelix, because that's the only thing that's left. And I am pretty dang sure this thing outspeeds. There we go. Yep. GG, I guess. Let's see if we can find another one. Here we go. Oh! I like what you're doing here. Except that I don't like some of what you're doing here. I see these three right here, and I can tell immediately that this is going to be a rain team of some sort. Swift Swim, Hydration, screw you and your timer. And then Cast Form, because Cast Form works well in any weather. I wonder if you could pull some sort of multi-weather team with a Cast Form in it, built around one. Might be interesting. And I bet this has Thunder. Sleep Powder to stop other stuff. And Hurricane. This is a rain team, definitely. Thankfully, my team is pretty okay with rain for the most part. Steelix isn't a fan of it. But what do they want to lead with? I guess probably our Maldo to get hazards, perhaps? Or maybe to get their rain up immediately, one of their setters. I'm gonna lead with Lumineon, I think. Just to see. Okay. Now we U-turn out, now that we know. I figured they were going to use that. I've not seen very many Fion used. I guess that whole, 80s across the board being not particularly stellar stats kind of holds it back from people using it. And they're gonna set up rain. We pretty much know this already. Unless they think that they're gonna be clever and do something else. Maybe they are clever and are gonna do something else. I don't know. But if I had to guess, they're probably going to do rain. Or attack us and risk the fact that, that we could be, what's the other ability on the Storm Drain? That could be a thing that we are. But instead we're Swift Swim. But, I guess they're thinking about it. They are pondering this hardcore. I'm not really sure what exactly they have that they need to ponder so much. Their options are pretty obvious, actually. There's not too many things that they could do. Their team looks at like it's primarily get rain up, sweep. Fion, if the rain is still going, can pull off rest hydration and keep the rain going. Armaldo has Swift Swim. Castform does Castformy things. Electabuzz can thunder things with impunity. Wormadam seems like an odd addition to the team. But I guess that kind of shores up its fire weakness. Vivillon there to stop other things from setting up and to be able to do Hurricane to that issue. But it looks like they're just gonna time out. That's too bad, actually. I was really looking forward to fighting this team. Okay. Let's find another one. Maybe one that actually happens, rather than sitting there. That team would have been really fun to battle against. Too bad they timed out. Let's see, how many new battles are going on? Whoop. Well, it interrupted me. Ouch! Hello, Threats. How are you doing these days? Yeesh. And of course you turn your timer on instantly. Let's see, Seismitoad, probably Water Absorb, Hariyama. I think it works, Guts, and works well with a Assault Vest. Regice, being a massive special tank, also works well with an Assault Vest. It looks like a Gorgice Super. And it does some things. Togetic to be annoying, and Pangoro to deal out the damage. Also Parting Shot, because that's a thing. They're probably going to lead with, if I had to guess, Seismitoad. So we are going to lead with either Persian or Blossom, and I'm thinking Blossom here. Pangoro. Oh, this is actually 58 speed. Blossom is 50. Okay. They're going to be able to do something. I don't know what, but they're going to be able to do something. I'm going to go for a Sleep Powder. Poison Jab. Oh, that's no fun. Please don't do that again. Thank you. Regice, I'm somewhat okay with this, actually. 50 base speed. We also are 50, but we're not very speed invested. If they have more speed investment than we do, Blossom goes down. Sliggoo could take a hit, but I don't really want to stick a dragon in front of an ice beam very much, and we don't have anything to do back to it. Steelix, perhaps. Maybe. Like, if it were a... You know, it had to happen. I'm just gonna go for a Drain Punch and hope. Yes! Thank you. And then Ice Beam takes us out. Not quite, no! Oh, we can do this. We can take on a Regice one-on-one. This is good. This is good. Blossom's putting in a bit of work. They're switching out to Gorgice. That's a good idea. Because I don't actually have any attacks for you. And you're going to... I don't even know. Huh. Try to burn me, I bet. I bet that's what you're going to try to do. Sliggoo. Called it! Yes, I called it. What we do with this data from here, I don't know. I was gonna switch in Persian, but I thought that Will-O-Wisp was coming. I don't really know what we do from here. I suppose it depends on what their Gorgice wants to do from here. They could attack us. That is an option. They could switch, I guess, into something. I don't know what. A few things. I could switch into Persian, because that is an option. But I don't want them to predict that, so I'm going to go for a Rain Dance, I think. Just to see. Okay, they're going into Turgetic. And I'm okay with this. Fairy move is coming my way. I'm well aware of it. Probably. Perhaps. If it's special, then I don't really care about it. I think I'll go for Muddy Water and see. Heal Bell. Oh, they cured Pangoro's sleep. I guess that's a thing they can do. Here comes Seismitoad. This does nothing. If this is a physical one, we could have some problems. This is just Stealth Rocking. It's a Dragon Pulse. This has a fair amount of just overall bulk. Really, Sliggoo can't do very much. There goes my Eviolite. There goes my Rain. That's okay, because the Rain was solely for the burn. So I'm okay with the Rain not being there anymore. Knockoff will do that same 20%. Earthquake does 50. There's no way to get Rain and Rest off. That's okay. I can bring this in later, I think. Or I could sacrifice it now. Or if you're gonna do that again, I could go into Miss Magius. Yeah! We can do that. And go for the Dazzling Gleam. So we outspeed it. If I had to guess, they'll probably bring in Regice on it or something. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't really just want to try to set up in front of it, because it does have knockoff. I just want the Seismitoad gone. And hopefully they will oblige me by leaving it in. I doubt it, though. I highly doubt it. They're probably going to switch for something. Pangoro! This was a terrible idea. I don't know why you thought that was a good idea, but that was a terrible idea. I guess? I mean, I suppose they thought that I would Shadow Ball, but that seems silly when I could use, when I knew Pangoro was around. Regice comes in. It has a lot of bulk, and it can do a fair amount of damage. I'd like to switch Sliggoo back in, but I can't just do that on an attack. So, instead, we go for a Shadow Ball now. 17%, not bad, but fuck the rest! That tells me it's safe to come into Steelix, I think. Unless they're Rest Talk. They could be Rest Talk. Yes, they could be. I don't really have anything for it, though. So, I guess we'll go for Steelix and hope. I forget Regice's speed. 50. Okay. So it'll outspeed us. But hopefully not one-shot with... Hopefully it won't one-shot Steelix with an Ice Beam. I think we can probably two-shot it with an Iron Head, but I'm not 100% certain on it. We shall have to find out when they finally make a move. Because they have to do that one of these days. Here we go. And Sleep Talk Charge Beam. Thought so. Just gonna go straight for the Iron Head. Something's getting hit a lot. Now we switch out again. Lumineon's a good switch, but they are Water Absorb. And our only attack would be U-turn. They're probably gonna, actually, they're gonna Earthquake in Miss Magius. That would likely not be a good idea. Blossom is not really any help to me at this point. And if they pull a water move, we could maybe survive. I kind of doubt it. And if it gets knocked off, then I don't really care, considering itself. And that would give me a free switch without getting hit into... I don't even know. Persian, perhaps. Scald, okay. That was a thing. We'll bring in Persian. Or... they'll probably think I'm going for the return or something. So I'm not. I'm just gonna go for the knockoff instead. Yes! Yes! They don't have any fighting moves. They can burn me, though. That's not a thing I want to have happen. Burning is not good for a Persian. Although we could just go with special attacks from there. That is a thought. Although our main stab is physical. Special defense is not very good. We can go with an icy wind. They're gonna burn us, that's okay. Because we are mixed. Now this means Persian is not particularly good against things like Reg Ice. Speaking of, there it is. Oh right, it's Clear Body. I was trying to figure out why did not lose its Let's go for a knockoff on whatever wants to come in. Hariyama, you're okay. You're Assault Vest, I called it! I called it, I knew you were Assault Vest. I think you also get knockoff. Persian is not hugely useful anymore. We could T-bolt it. I guess we probably want Persian around to try to deal with Togetic. Actually, I might just go straight for superpower or something. I'm not actually sure. Into Sliggoo to find out what you decide to do. Force Palm. Force Palm. Isn't that special? No, it's physical. Okay. Why are you going with Force Palm? Oh, to go for the 90 power thing with sheer force. I bet. I guess? I don't even know. What are you trying to do? I can't tell. We'll go for this. And your special defense is not particularly high, and it's probably not augmented in any way. So we'll go for a Dazzling Gleam. You're not going to leave it in, probably. But something else is going to take a hit. If I had to guess, Reg Ice. Or maybe Togetic. They're going to leave it in. Okay. Sure, I guess. Huh. I guess we go into Steelix. It's a terrible thing that all of these teams are so actually balanced. Because it means that things that I cobble together don't work so well. It's gonna go into Lumineon. And just U-turn out. Yes. It's not something that we can do very well. There goes Persian. And we can't bring in Luminion and actually attack with it. They can very safely go for Earthquakes. And I don't really have much of a chance of beating the rest of their team. Besides Macho to outspeed Steelix. And we don't have a chance of living one of their Earthquakes. Not only 25. Nah. However, we can freely go for U-turns without doing the actual switching thing, but its bulk it's already there. Like, it'll take 2 more turns to do this. Yeah. GG, I guess. No, they just left. Okay. Cool. Cool. What a cool guy. Anyways, that's been more than enough for an episode. Wow. Time went really fast. So, I'm gonna do a little bit more with this. Maybe I'll tweak some EVs a little bit. I'm not sure. I think pretty much everything held its own decently well. I'm not really sure what I'd change about this currently. Maybe I'll find something, I don't know. But, I guess you'll find out about that next time. Until then, farewell.